Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Caleb 2k and I'm back with a brand new episode of the Atlanta Hawks franchise, MyNBA, whatever you want to call it. This is the second time in a row that we've gotten knocked out of the conference finals by the 76ers. First year we blew a 3-1 lead, and the second year they got Bradley Beal, and even though we made some improvements, they just proved to be better than us. So this episode, man, we got some massive changes to make. First and foremost, Nate McMillan, you gotta go. I'm sorry, you gotta go. And I just replaced him with one of the auto-generated coaches in 2K. And this next part, this is really weird. Somehow the Pelicans got the first pick and they got Victor Wembanyama, even though they were either the first or second. They was just in the conference finals. We end up drafting Julian Phillips, adding wing depth. You see, we give Big O and Jalen Johnson team options, yada yada yada. This free agency period does get crazy, so I'm gonna just start out with what we did for our team. First order of business, we offered Seth Curry a 3-year deal. He ends up accepting. Shout out Seth Curry, adding some shooting on our team, adding some depth, some scoring. You know what Seth Curry do, that bro, he can shoot that thing. Next order of business is to bring back RJ and DeAndre Hunter. They are both restricted free agents. We did give them a qualifying offer. RJ wants a 5-year deal. DeAndre wants a 4-year. They both end up accepting, so that's good. We bring the boys back. We got 2 wings. We have 4 actually. Jalen Johnson and Julian Phillips that we just drafted. But around the league, shit got serious. Starting first and foremost, LeBron James is returning to Cleveland. This is for you, LeBron James. He wants to go back to Cleveland, go back home to finish off his career. Absolutely insanity. And you could probably tell if LeBron is gone, that probably means that boy AD is gone. But don't feel bad for him, because he's going to be in the safe hands of another God-tier playmaker in Luka Doncic with the Dallas Mavericks. This 1-2 punch immediately makes Dallas a contender. They made the finals last year without this nigga. So just imagine what's going to happen now. Donovan Mitchell, after not making the playoffs last year with the Utah Jazz, he has gone sick of it. Him and Rudy Gobert are absolutely enemies. And that boy want to come back home. He want to go to them New York Knickerbockers. So we might run into that brother in the playoffs next season. And last but certainly not least, that boy Damian Lillard, he's finally running from the grind. He said, get me the fuck out of Portland. And he's actually going to Toronto. He's not going to like a really good team. Well, obviously Toronto's now a really good team with him. They're very great defensively, and now they have one of the best offensive players ever. With Dame going to Toronto, Donovan going to New York, and LeBron going to Cleveland, that's 3 more teams that could be very competitive in the Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference that is already insanely competitive as it is. So if we want to get out on top and actually break through the conference finals next year, we have to trade for a star ourselves, and that's exactly what we're going to do. In the very beginning of this series, I came out and said that I was going to go with the approach of conserving our core, and then when the time is right, or if we just don't have any real success with this core, we're going to blow it up and we're going to make a trade for a star. After a couple of years, obviously it hasn't worked, so as you could imagine, it's time to trade for that star. John Collins, I'm sorry, you my guy. I love John Collins. He's just one of those guys that you just want to have on your team. But he has to go, especially when you look at the wing players who are on the market. When you look at guys like Paul George, when you look at guys like Anthony Edwards that we could easily trade John Collins for right now, we got to make that deal, and we got to do it now, because as you guys have seen, John Collins' role on this team has severely diminished from what it was at the beginning of this series. He went from the second option to, I'm not gonna lie, I can name 4 people that I would give the ball to shoot it before I give it to John Collins. So if we want to maintain that value, we gotta make something happen right now. And that is exactly what we're gonna do when we hit up them Los Angeles Clippers about Paul George. They completely missed the playoffs entirely last year. And when you look at the Clippers, that whole Kawhi-Paul George duo is clearly a bust. It has not gotten them anywhere. We got to get that boy in Atlanta, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to package Paul George, and Kevin Huerter as well to the Los Angeles Clippers so that Paul George can now be a member of the Atlanta Hawks. Now that it's official, I have some expectations of Paul George. First and foremost, and most importantly, with him being an all-star caliber player, I want him to be able to take the pressure off of Trae Young when things get tough. We were able to have a little bit of success with that this past year with RJ Barrett, but clearly that was not enough. So with Paul George's all-star presence, that should be able to help put us over the hump. Also, I want Paul George to take a playmaking leap. I expect this upcoming season, I expect him to average the most amount of assists that he's averaged at any point in his career. Paul George, late in his years, he has just became a much better playmaker. At the age of 34, I mean, look, man, if you gonna win this ring, you gonna get it. You gonna have to get it done with us. It's either us or bust. So you better expect Paul George's best. That sounded really paused. It's either us or bust. Jesus Christ, no homo. But anyways, I'm gonna make sure that Paul George is mentoring DeAndre Hunter, help accelerate his growth and things of that nature. Now, that's honestly gonna wrap up this video because that's pretty much our off season. We got Paul George, but look, man, this is officially the end of season 2 of this series, man. I just appreciate y'all so much for showing so much love. And I just realized that I never told y'all, hey man, if you're still watching it, then that means you like the video. So if you like that video, then go ahead and like the video so that I know that you like the video, nigga, because it only makes sense. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We hit 510 subscribers. Appreciate y'all so much for showing so much love during this series. I remember when I first started this, I'm pretty sure I was asking for like 430 subscribers, and now that we're 80 subs deep, like, y'all been showing so much love and support. I appreciate those of y'all who come into the streams. I appreciate those of y'all who comment. Just all of y'all who've been showing love throughout this series, man. I know I said it like 5 times already, but like, y'all don't understand how much I genuinely appreciate that, man, because this is the most growth that I have seen at any point since I started making these videos. And regardless of what I do, this would not be possible without you guys. So thank y'all so much. And look, man, season 3 is gonna be so much better. And hey, hopefully by the end of season 3 we could get to that so fresh and so clean 600 subs. But we can't reach 600 if we don't hit 520. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are new to this channel. Like I said, man, thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. And in the next episode in season 3, we are gonna get started off with a bang with Paul George's debut. Can the Hawks finally get to the NBA Finals and win a championship? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.